What is going on? Diamond Ice here, coming at you with another video. Today, we're commentary over Call of Duty World War II. This is from the PC beta that happened just literally yesterday. It ended yesterday, so I'm pretty much going to put my thoughts into this, and as well show you some gameplay from Domination on Archie, I can't say that name, but the point of the video is there is hackers in this game already. This is what you would see normally in any kind of Call of Duty previously in other ones because of the fact that the game engine hasn't really changed. So I'm going to be putting that video. This video is all about that particular hacker. This guy's name is Insane Productions. You'll be able to see him. You see the aimbot, blatantly aimbot that you will see, and as well as the game itself even gives them that little reward at the end of the half or the very end, giving them that kill feed or whatever they use. You'll see the 4-man, you see the 5-man kill feeds, you see the 10 kill streak, the 15 kill streak, you'll see all of that. But I might as well put this as well, putting some of my thoughts about the game itself. It is a very good thing to be back on boots on the ground. I did not like any of the actual new Call of Duties. I didn't like IW, I didn't like Black Ops 3, I didn't like any of those. The movement system was way too much, and just looking vertically, looking in all different directions, I did not like it. It was more of a fact that it was just so much of a different movement system that I didn't like how, people can come out from the air, people can come from like wall riding from the sides of the walls and things like that. I did not like those kinds of games, but the return to this particular one brought back some very good things, at least some fond memories back from the World War II days At least for me, Modern Warfare 2 is the one I started with Call of Duty, and it pretty much brought me back to those kinds of days where, dropping 20, 30, 40, even 40 bombs at one point in time, and it is a very fun time for this particular game. I like it mainly because of the fact that, I've been using boots on the ground ever since, like I said, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, all those kinds of games like that. So obviously I've been using those kinds of systems and games for me that pretty much my muscle memory has known and wanted to basically play those again. And, I don't know. I feel like this game really did need to change, but it's still, it's still Call of Duty. It's still something, but I mean, Battlefield did the same thing last year, and now it's Call of Duty's turn. Obviously, this game's gonna still sell out, but I really do think that they needed to do something well with this game, and I guess with the PC version, they were considering doing going to be the best Call of Duty of theirs to date, but it is still not anything. And there is one crucial thing that they will always be missing because they will never fix it, and it is to add a server browser. Now, what I mean by server browser is, if you think about it, Call of Duty, especially from Call of Duty 4, there are people still playing the original Call of Duty 4. Not the Modern Warfare Remastered version, but the Modern Warfare 4, the actual standard edition of the game, I guess you want to consider it, the older version. They still played that original version because of the fact of that server browser. And the only reason is a lot of hackers don't be inside of these custom servers because of the fact that there is something called Punk Buster that basically, if you hack, you're basically getting kicked out immediately. And if you don't have Punk Buster, they won't even get you into those kinds of servers even to allow you to it. These servers have a lot of restrictive stuff that I'll tell you to basically, if you have a hack, you're not invited here, pretty much. That's how it is. And this game doesn't have a server browser at all. It still uses a peer-to-peer hosting, or at least in their version, they're calling it a hybrid hosting, because it's not even, at least I don't think so, dedicated servers. These are not, for sure, not dedicated servers. A lot of hit detection and lag that kind of happens between people and people skipping. Nah, it is definitely not, in my personal opinion, not dedicated servers at all. So also another thing that is missing from this particular game. Mod support, well, obviously mods in the sense of hacks in this case. You're doing aimbots, you're doing wall hacks. All of those are the same, because like I said, the game engine hasn't really changed. So Sledgehammer Games has made previous games before. They have helped with the multiplayer of Modern Warfare 3, and as well as made the game Advanced Warfare. And this is pretty much the same game engine from Advanced Warfare, meaning that any of the hacks from IW, Black Ops 3, any of those kinds of games, pretty much the game engine with the hacks will pretty much work, just a couple modifications with the code probably, and it'll pretty much work with this particular game. And as you see, Insane Productions is pretty much just killing everyone headshot after headshot, skipping around, basically not skipping around the map, but more towards just basically getting headshot after headshot. Me just, trying to bait him out and try to do some other things like that, but obviously that doesn't work. And just, those kinds of things. I'm actually talking to him in chat, and most of the time when people are talking chat, the hackers don't really like to say anything about it, but this guy was, I guess, is friendly in the sense that he was chatting and actually responding to some of the things I said, because most hackers don't say anything. He actually just wanted to say something thinking that, oh, maybe he's a cool guy, maybe he's one of those cool hackers and things like that, but clearly he's not. He's just, and I think in this half of the video, like pretty much during the actual half of this game, he actually, I guess, he toggled off his hacks because he actually was getting killed. He was actually not doing anything of his clips or anything like that. But as you saw from that Bronze Star clip, and as well as going to be happening later on, you can clearly see it is a blatant aimbot that is basically happening in this game. And I really wish that Call of Duty would do something with it, but I don't know. I don't think they're gonna do anything with it. Besides the fact of Call of Duty being back to World War II, the Division system, I feel like, is not very fun. I don't know. I still like the Pick-10 system. This new Division system is basically the kit system from Battlefield and adding in the basically no perks and whatnot, but in a sense you are adding perks. It's just only set to these particular divisions. So there's 5 divisions. There is the infantry, there's the mountaineer, there's the shotgunner, flame grenade, I think grenadier class, I think it's called, the infantry class, I said infantry already, but the airborne class, and I think there's like one more after that. And even then, like I just said, I'm calling them classes because that's what I thought they were basically called. And then the ones that you have after that are pretty much, I guess, you're considered your subclasses or whatnot, but adding in all these kinds of perks that are only available to the division. And I think I don't know. I think I like the idea, but the pick system was much better in my personal opinion, and something I like because I can't have to choose everything. Like, for example, with the division system, the flame grenadier or grenadier class actually only has the incendiary shells for that particular shotgun. In any other infantry class or division or airborne or any of the other ones, they do not have access to that particular one. Now, for me, for example, I use the airborne division mainly because I like the running gun and sprint around a lot on the map, so it gets me from point A to point B because I play a lot of objective type games, or at least I want to at least, and those kinds of things enable you to do a lot of these other stuff. And personally, the sprint speed and distance and no falling damage, I know it sounds like the description of a perk that I'm doing, but it's only to this division, pretty much to the airborne division. And then, for example, like the infantry class, you get a bayonet on your assault rifles. You do not get that on your and an extra third attachment on your guns. You do not get that in the other divisions. It's only on this one. So, I don't know. I personally think it's okay, but I don't know. The guns, SMGs, are still very powerful. I know that they nerfed a little bit of some of the SMGs in this PC beta, but it is still very powerful to a certain extent. Jump shotting, drop shotting, all those are here. Crouching to shoot, all those kinds of things are there. If you know how to maneuver on boots in the ground, you'll be fine. You know how these work. Drop shotting, jump shotting, all those kinds of things. If you know how to do that, you're pretty much already set. You'll be better than most people itself. Especially since I did the same thing on the console and the PS4 version. I could not do a lot of reaction shots better than what I do on PC. Obviously, because of the fact that mouse and keyboard, in my personal case for FPS shooters, is much better than in a controller in my hands at least. As for the game modes, from what we saw, we had Team Deathmatch, we had the standards Team Deathmatch, Domination, Hardpoint is back. I personally obviously would like that. There is a mosh pit that allows you to do a lot of these game modes, but obviously the new one is War. It is pretty much an objective-based game that's similar to the Battlefield series. There's one of them called Rush or Assault or something like that, and it pretty much has the same thing, pretty much a set of objectives to get you to this particular point. In this case, in the beta, there was a tank, and you had to destroy these flank cannons in order for you to get your air support pretty much into this particular operation that they call it. But it was basically a series of objectives that you had to do on both sides of the team. So one side was attacking, one side was defending, and then after one game, pretty much after you get the time expires or anything like that, you get to the other one, and that is personally what happens between that. So hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. Hope you enjoyed, I guess, looking at how hackers are in this particular game. it is very, very fun to be on that side of the team. Obviously, on the other side, it is not, and it really does need to be fixed. Server browser needs to be added, dedicated servers need to be added, and things like that. So, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon in the next one. Later.